I've been an illustrator since 2001. I
Damn.
started illustrating for like magazines and children's books and that kind of thing. Because I needed money to finish med school. I was
Mm.
studying to be a doctor, and
Wow.
that didn't work. Like I left on sixth year. It's 6 years here in Greece.
Wow.
Um, I left because I had a transition, and I'm a tranny and all of that, and it was really really hard.
Mm.
But then I kept working on illustrations and books and stuff,
Mm.
and magazines, and in 2009 games. And 2009 was also the year I got into art school, the
Mm-hmm.
art university here in Athens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I That's a 5 year program. I went for 3 years, but I was also working, and I couldn't like. I didn't need to finish it. I like getting into schools and not
Yeah.
coming out. Uh,
Awesome.
like everything, like medicine gave me a frame of mind.
Yeah.
School gave me a frame of mind. It was all useful.
Mm.
Nothing is wasted, like you say.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing like art ever since.
So 2009 is where you started with games, correct?
Correct.
What got you in games? Were you always a gamer or?
I was a gamer since 1986. Um,
Wow, you were
my
like 6 year old?
I was a 6 year old,
Oh,
and
cute.
my dad had like some like early a, a Commodore 64, I think.
Oh my god, so many greats come from Commodore 64.
Right? So many
Yeah.
great games as well.
Yeah, but
Because it was the thing at the time, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he had it for work,
Yeah.
but of course he had games in it.
Aha.
Like he pretended they were for me, but it was like no, it was for him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um so yeah, that's how I started. I actually started doing pixel art on Commodore 128,
That explains it.
128. I don't know how they pronounce it.
Yeah.
Which is the successor to the 64.
Okay.
And what it did, it had a really nice um, drawing program, let's
Yeah.
say, which was you didn't have to define like pixel art by hand, like each bit.
Mm.
You could just draw like on screen with a cursor keys.
Cool.
It was called SPRDEF, sprite definition, sprite define, something like that.
Oh, interesting
Yeah,
name.
you could
Yeah.
draw like in monochrome or in the polychromatic mode that doubled your pixels. You
Well,
got
okay.
color, but each pixel was like a long pixel, double
Okay.
pixel.
Double pixel
And
it's called.
you
Okay.
can see that in Commodore 64 games. Like
Yeah.
some games have like
Double pixel.
very colorful, but have double pixels around,
Huh.
like a bit, you know.
Which games were in the
Um,
Commodore? Were you like playing Prince of Persia, or what type of games were you
Prince
playing?
of Persia did not exist.
Okay.
I played Prince of Persia like in the 90s when it came out on a IBM PC or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think they had the port for Commodore 64. I'm not sure, but maybe it was later.
Mm.
I played. What did I play? Um,
I want to know
Star
your.
Wars.
I want to know your like the origin,
Yeah, the
inspiration.
origin.
Yeah.
I played Star Wars,
Cool.
the original Star Wars, which was a vector game,
Oh,
and
cool.
everything was drawn vectors and 3D and very very impressive.
Oh, I think I know the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of the earliest.
black and green, and
Yeah.
Obi-Wan said, "May the Force be with you," and had speech like
Oh,
in
okay.
87 or something, 88.
Wow.
It was
Future.
super impressive.
Yeah.
And the other one I played to death was Rainbow Islands by Taito, a Japanese game, sequel to Bubble Bubble.
Wow, I have no idea about those. All right, I'm looking them up
Really? Okay.
as you're talking. Bubble, bubble, right?
And it's a Japanese game where it's a single screen platformer of sorts. You
Yeah.
have to clear all the enemies, and the way you clear them, you cannot shoot them directly. You shoot
Oh,
bubbles at them, and
that's
then you
so
encase them in the
cute.
bubble, and then you have
Yeah.
to kill the bubble
Oh my god, this
to
game
kill
is
the
so
enemies.
cute.
Yeah, exactly. It's super cute because
Yeah.
it's anime style. And
Yeah.
we didn't know what anime was back then.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know, but I had already played anime games, right?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that was the those were the AAA games of the time, and the
Yeah.
idea was there were no genres yet.
Mm.
You you weren't like I'm gonna play a beat 'em up or I'm gonna play a platformer. It
Yeah.
was
You played what you
games. I'm
played.
gonna
Yeah.
play game one, game
Yeah.
two, game
That's
three,
it.
like
Exactly.
different games.
Yeah.
And Bubble Bubble, like and Rainbow Islands is like similar. You don't have a real weapon. You don't have a gun,
Mm.
but you have a rainbow
Yeah.
that spans like 2 or 3 tiles, and you can kill things with it. You can climb the level
So
with it,
cool.
and you have to climb the level with it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and that's how I started. Like they taught me how to think like in minimalist graphics terms, because back then it wasn't called pixel art,
Mm.
but
True.
all art was pixel art
Yeah.
because the resolutions were so small.
Yeah, they also
So
didn't look like pixel art we see on monitors these days. They were rendered through CRT, right? Like they were
they were rendered
lasers.
through CRT, but we all knew it was pixel art. And also, if you were a developer back then,
Yeah,
when I did like art on the PC, it was pixel art
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
because I saw like each of the pixels,
Mm,
and you did have a preview on the right, which was 100% and small,
yeah,
like we have now on A Sprite or
yeah.
even in Photoshop if you want.
It's true. Yeah,
Um, yeah,
navigation.
but you watched the small one closely
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes what you drew like large did not translate well to small
True.
through the CRT,
Yeah.
but not always. Like if it was also an experience back then, right?
Yep.
Now that we know the pixel art techniques and the clustering and all of that, um, we can make pixel art that looks great on the CRT and an LCD, OLED monitor. Back then, we only had the CRT, and we did not have all the knowledge
Yeah.
how to.
Yeah, the knowledge was just like you were basically spearheading everything. Like the knowledge was getting created. Like what do they say about game development is like building the train track as you're driving the train. Like you're
Correct.
constantly are pioneering in a new genre or in a new, and each game is a unique thing to the world. It's like a unique baby. That's why like pipelines in games can be like super difficult because like each
Correct.
game is unique on its own.
Very correct. And back then, like it was really, really unique. Like
Yeah.
um, each game was about fulfilling a fantasy, or the starting point was not I'm gonna make like I don't know, Vampire Survivors plus
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah,
plus
yeah,
a
yeah.
tactics game, which
Yeah.
is what Rami decided to do with Australia. Did it right?
Yeah, yeah,
Even though
exactly.
it's like super unique game on its own. Back then, there was nothing to draw from. It was like more fantasy, more like we used to have like huge books or magazines you could get,
Yeah.
which had listings of games,
Mhm.
printed listings, and you would copy the code to your computer, and you would get a game on your computer
Wow.
from a book, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And like those like sometimes didn't work and was really, really frustrating
Yeah.
because we did not have like debuggers
Yeah.
in basic.
Yeah.
You just had to check every line your eyes
Yeah.
to see what didn't work, unless there was like it just said syntax error on line 120.
Wow.
At least it said that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
um yeah, and you would get those books, and they were like all about power fantasies, or um letting you write a game to play chess, or like play a riddle from chess, not the entire game. Just the king is here, the queen is here, beat it in 3 moves or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Star Trek. Star Trek was a very big listing, a big program,
Mhm.
very few graphics, just ASCII characters here and there. But it was a full game of you go to this star section and you kill some Klingons, and then you you have photon torpedoes, and you have shields and stuff. And
Yeah.
you could write that all from a book. And
Wow.
later on, when we used to have cassettes as
But just before we go to the
oh yeah,
cassettes,
go
right?
on.
I think what people don't understand is that was literally your operating system. Like, you were not like downloading a scripting program and doing this as a side hustle or a side thing. No, you were literally just interacting with the Commodore, right? Like, that was how you made you interacted with the operating system itself, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it had preloaded basic, basically.
Yeah, and like I think what we don't understand is like Commodore. I think it didn't even have an operating system to begin with. Like, you are
No.
lucky if someone kind of shared an operating system with you as a software, or you collected it
There
or whatever.
was an operating system like later on
Yeah,
that even had a mouse support and stuff.
cool.
But when you booted your computer, it was we were just greeted by Commodore 64,
Yeah,
64 bytes of RAM,
yeah,
like ready, and
yeah.
then a cursor.
Yeah, there was not even a start menu. There was nothing, right? Like,
No, nothing.
in order for you to interact with the computer, you needed to know those skills, like, that are kind of more into coding than anything, right? Like, you're kind of are scripting.
Exactly, because even if you want to play a game, you had to write load quotes asterisk quotes
Yeah.
dot 8 dot 1 comma 8 comma 1,
Wow.
and then it would load, and sometimes you even had to, if it loaded, you had to write run
Yeah.
afterwards.
Exactly. Right, and now
Because it loaded into memory, and sometimes it had an auto run and
Yeah.
started the game. Sometimes you had to type run. Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah, and now back to the cassettes. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, the cassettes. Like we had floppy disks, which
Yeah.
were really floppy and huge, like.
Yeah.
And we also had cassettes, so we had a real cassette player, like
Yeah.
an actual cassette player.
Yeah.
That you pressed rewind on to rewind the tape and play,
Yeah.
and then the computer would load what you
Yeah.
were playing as bytes, and it sounded like a modem, like.
Oh my god.
It sounded horrifying.
Cool.
But yeah, at some point in the Soviet Union,
Yeah.
they started having like radio shows about like the Commodore or the Spectrum or whatever, and then they would tell you to get your tape recorder ready,
Mm.
and then they would play a program or a game
Mm.
for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and you would record it from the radio and put it in your computer, and it would play. So you
Wow.
would download games over
sound.
AM or FM radio.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
That was amazing. Like that was the time.
Wow. This is so
And
different.
actually, like the internet and all of that was BBSs and stuff.
Yeah.
Was earlier than most people like got it in 98 or 2000.
Yeah.
Like we had played with the internet in 95, and before that in the 91, 92.
Yeah.
We had
Even then,
some of us had played with it.
It was probably over the phone line, right? The internet.
Over the phone line,
Yeah.
really, really, really slow and just
Expensive.
text-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could send like over BBS. You could send images. Like universities were using it.
Yeah, but you couldn't like work online or remotely. That concept, like,
Oh
that
my
was
God,
so
no.
weird. Wow.
No,
Wow.
we would send like if we want to send like data to someone, we would send like floppy disks in big brown envelopes.
Hey, before we continue this conversation, I just want to put a brief word on how to support this podcast. This show is for free and it should remain like that. If you ever have found it useful and you want to support its production, you have 3 direct options. The first one is YouTube memberships. When you become a member, you get access to 3 episodes in advance, plus some member badges. Just a way to give back. This, in my opinion, is like the best package for something that doesn't require too much maintenance from me. Second option is a direct donation, if you like, a one-time or monthly on my PayPal account. And the third option, which is my favorite, is purchasing one of the courses that I recommend to you. Now, no one has really time to go through all the courses, but thankfully, I have. So I completed a whole list of the best resources out there for you. And when you decide to purchase a course and learn more and advance in your generalist journey, I'll get a share from your purchase. This is my favorite way of supporting this podcast because it will guarantee that you will learn something new, which is exactly the sentiment I try to share on this podcast. Learn, learn, learn. However, it's all up to you, and this remains for free. Now back to the conversation. All right, so take us through your start, your beginning, because you work as a freelancer now, right? Like, how did you start? Where did you, why freelancing? What is happening?
Freelancing, because when I was studying, I needed to make money to start my transition and get estrogen and stuff.
Of course.
So I started like illustrating, and then I illustrated for bigger and bigger like companies, and you know, like a famous kids author here in Greece. And then I had to leave Crete, my home island, and leave home. I didn't have any income. Like even drawing was didn't pay too much.
Yeah.
So I did some phone sex at a company. We went there at uh a, a big like a 7-story house, and
Wow.
on the top was a corporate like full windows all around, and we were like 20 or 30 people picking up the phone
Yeah.
and offering like phone sex,
Yeah.
which was like I didn't find it demeaning. I just found it like really really soul crushing and boring. And same time very very I felt the loneliness of people, and like with
Yeah.
phone sex I could help. I knew what to say. It was really really the same after a while. But with loneliness, what do you the fuck do you do when you're working at the center, like a call center, and you're not allowed to be like real with them, tell them your real name, your real who you
True.
are. No, you could not connect. And like when there was a guy that was like in love with the character I was playing on, and kept calling like every day, paying like 50 euro like a phone call,
Wow.
like because that was the price,
Of
right?
course.
I was like, and he was saying like he's in love with Natalie. Natalie was my name,
Yeah.
Natalia. And I used to go like, hi,
Wow.
I'm Natalie,
That's
and I'm
crazy.
18 years old, and I was like 24 or
Wow.
something. I'm 24 years, 18 years old, and I'm studying like um English literature, and
Wow.
it's really really hot today. So could you take off your clothes? That kind of thing. But like not in my real voice, which is
Yeah, yeah,
this,
I
right?
got it. I got it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
And
character.
like yeah, I couldn't let this guy like keep like I couldn't keep this up, and so I fucking left.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, that's part of how I started.
Okay.
It was illustration that didn't pay well, and phone sex that didn't pay well,
Yeah.
and yeah. Then I did some cooking. I started work at a cooking magazine. I did all the illustrations for
Yeah, yeah.
how to fillet a fish, or how to create cheese, or how
Okay.
to do dolmades,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did that
And
make you hungry?
yeah,
Making
a lot,
and now you
a
know
lot
a
of the
lot of
time.
recipes by heart, right?
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, I had to draw them.
Oh, awesome.
Um, and anyway, like it became easier then. Like I had enough money for rent,
Mhm.
and eventually, like I always wanted to go into games,
Mhm.
but I didn't have an opportunity to work for games.
Yeah.
I did games like on my own, and art for games
Mhm.
for friends. But at some point, like in 2009, um, Spry Fox, Daniel Cook of Spry Fox, um, like offered me a job to do all the art for a word game for Kindle, and also like devices. It was like
Cool.
Scrabble. You
Yeah.
you you try to find words
Mhm.
in a jumble of letters.
Mhm.
And when you did, your territory was defined by a panda. Like
Mhm.
there were white pandas for you, black pandas for the enemy,
Cool.
and those pandas, like if the area was like long, you had
Mm.
a long panda,
Yeah.
or if the area was like vertically long, you had a tall panda,
That's
or when
cool.
it was square, you had to make a fat panda. Like
That-
that was what I did. Like I did
yeah.
square pandas in all like kinds of
Yeah.
resolutions and arrangements.
Yeah.
It was a successful game. They paid me well,
Did you
and after
also
that,
code the
like
game like in C or
no,
C
no, I
sharp?
just did the art.
Oh,
Did the
you.
art in Illustrator
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
Adobe. It wasn't Adobe Flash. It was Macromedia Flash back then.
Macromedia. Yeah. Before. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And but you also can code, right? Like that's something you can also do.
I can code sort of like
Mm.
I I I don't like I understand the logic. I don't like that I have to learn syntax every time.
Mhm.
Like writing the boilerplate code makes me very bored, and also I don't know it very well, so it makes me like impatient and
Yeah.
angry with myself, and
Yeah.
I feel stupid.
yeah. Yeah.
But when it works, like
Yeah. It's amazing.
yeah, when it already works,
Yeah.
it's very nice.
It's like the best feeling in the world, right? Like when something you feel like a almost like a god, almost, right? Like, oh my god, my art is now actually interactive.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's the barrier to entry is not that hard anymore. Like I
True.
usually use Construct 3, which is a visual editor,
Yeah.
and I just can do anything in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to mess with C++ and
Mm.
a bunch of libraries.
Yeah.
I couldn't if I wanted to. Like
Yeah.
it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I gotcha. I started C++ actually 4 days ago.
And how do you like it?
I actually enjoy it a lot. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. It's unique. It's hard, but it's rewarding and I'm gonna be honest, like with AI around, not that it types the code for me, but if I have a frustrated, question to ask like, hey, what does that even mean? Because I don't have a computer science degree, right? Carry it with me. And sometimes all the documentation and all the tutorials out there, they're engineers to engineers, or they
Okay.
assume prior
Yeah.
CS knowledge. And
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes I would just ask AI like, hey, what's a library? I don't know what a library is. Everybody knows, but I'm like, hey, what's a library? Why am I saying hashtag include IO stream here? Can you please explain it? And it would. And even if it's 90% correct or 10% wrong, I'd be like, at least I have an idea what's going on.
Yeah.
That is better than just a term that got invented in the 80s or in the 70s, and now every
That's
engineer
correct.
uses, and I'm like, I have no idea even what that is.
Do you need AI for that though? Can't you just like Google it?
So I could Google it definitely, but sometimes I'm just like, also I use AI locally. So I don't go to ChatGPT or anything. I just have a local
Mm-hmm.
AI on my machine, have a good graphic card, and I could just like run it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just easier when you have a specific question to your specific problem, and it's just not
Mm-hmm.
as time consuming as like going through the rabbit hole. And I'm
Yeah.
just bad, a horrible reader. Like I have dyslexia.
Mm-hmm.
If a sentence can take me like today I was reading some text with a friend because he made a game, and I was literally like so frustrated because I was reading it so slowly. You know what I mean? And it's just I'm so slow at reading, so I let it even read for me in my headphones, and that way
Uh-huh.
it really helps with learning because I have learning difficulties. I know myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it helps. It's awesome. It makes this friction to start something less. And if you can do that, if you have less friction to start something, you have a habit. And I want this to be a habit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think you understand. You also have
I
different.
do.
Yeah.
I'm ADHD as well.
Of course. Everybody on this spot, like I think I should put a disclaimer in the beginning if the person doesn't have ADHD. I would like,
Very good.
this guest does not have ADHD.
Very, very good.
People in the comments are so frustrated by how, like, I start a question, like we started with like where tell us through your journey, and now we're talking about me learning C++.
But that's great. I love that.
Yeah, that's how you can have conversations, I guess. But yeah, back to where did we stop with your journey? Let's continue.
I started like doing indie games in 2009, and
That's a
that's
good
how
year.
I got. Mm,
It's a good year for indie games.
yeah, a bit earlier was like the big indie boom,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, there were jobs and excitement and hype,
What did you work
and so
as? Art director
yeah,
as well.
there was what?
What did you work as? How did you start? Like as
Oh,
which
I worked
title?
as an illustrator and game artist, maybe
Uh huh.
animator.
Uh huh. So generalist kind of, right? 2D generalist.
Very, very,
Yeah.
very generalist,
Yeah.
and it helped that I knew how to code.
Mm-hmm.
But it helped like in a way that I was able to communicate with coders
Mm-hmm.
easier. Um, yeah, and I just kept like doing illustrations and game art since then. At some point,
Can I share an observation? You don't talk too
sure,
much into details about that era because you mentioned like some games you worked on before.
because it's a
A
million
million.
years ago and
Yeah.
I've forgotten.
Yeah, and there's so many titles probably, right? Like
That's the
way too
reason.
many.
Uh not. I mean, some of them are just so old that they don't exist anymore. Like Panda
Oh,
Poet, the one I started with,
yeah.
does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
It had a nice animation with a song at the end.
Mm.
Someone like record the song, and I had the panda like play guitar and
Cute.
open its mouth and sing in it, bob its head, and do mouth animation.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
But it doesn't exist. And also another game I worked at the time for iOS
Mm.
doesn't exist. It was called Goop, and there were like those little monsters, and you had to fling them forward or
Yeah.
backward. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
There was like obstacles in the level and acid like falling down and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And you had to like fling them past the obstacles. And at some point, they started coming like a lot of them together, and were like different monsters, and they walk differently. Each of them
Mm. Is that
doesn't exist anymore.
is that something you like suffer with these days? Like if something is on your CV but they can't look it up, they can't play it.
Oh, I don't even put those on my CV.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the first thing I put on my CV, I think, is um
Okay, before we spoil it, let's continue with
okay.
the journey, and then we go back
No,
to the
no,
CV.
I mean that's the reason I don't mention like
Yeah,
those games. Like
exactly.
there was an MMO
Mm,
where I had like Tiny Panda MMO for kids like
yeah,
Club Penguin,
yeah, penguin.
um, a Greek MMO.
Cool,
So like a startup in Greece, they were paying me really well. We
awesome,
made an MMO for kids with little pandas, and you could dress them up. You could
cool.
go and roam around in in a largish world,
Mm-hmm.
a pyramid, and a nice valley with flowers and stuff.
Yeah,
And you could play mini games, and they could talk with each other
cool.
with emojis.
Oh,
That's
cool.
that's really defunct as well.
Yeah,
That doesn't exist.
yeah.
It was just me, the coder, and the founders who were paying us.
Mm.
Um, what else? And also, yeah, the first thing I mentioned in my CV is the game I did with Digital Eclipse. Um, and it was for Warner Brothers Games. It was a tie-in for the movie Space Jam: A New Legacy, LeBron James and Bugs Bunny.
Whoa. Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and yeah, I think that's the first thing I put on my CV.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of like interesting stuff. Like I did music for a friend's game. Um, um, I did some. I did all the art for a game for the Playdate, which is a tiny yellow console with a crank. Um,
What is
that
that? Oh
yeah,
my
that
god.
Panic Inc. wanted to make. Like Panic Inc. is the makers of Firewatch, the game. Was really really a really
Huge success.
famous indie
Yeah.
game back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep. And they they also wanted like to make a game for the Playdate about Firewatch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did, and it
What's a
was
play date? What's that?
the Playdate is a console.
What?
It's a yellow console. You can look it up
Yeah. Okay.
on Google. It has a crank that you turn. It's basically a mouse wheel controller.
What the heck? How the...
Yeah, it does not charge your phone. That's what everyone asks. Does the crank charge your
Oh,
phone?
it's this thing, the yellow thing. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, you've
yeah.
seen it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not so long ago, right?
Yeah, and I did one of the like it came with 12 games pre-installed,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I made one of those 12 games.
Which what was it called? Is it Nana's
It's
World or
no, it's called Forest Burns Up in Smoke.
Up in Smoke?
Up in Smoke Playdate.
All right. Yeah, okay, that's you. That's you. It's very close to Firewatch.
Yeah, it's a Firewatch based. It's the mascot from Firewatch.
So this console is basically, it has a screen, it's a handheld,
It's a
and
small handheld
what
like
is it,
this.
like 2-bit?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
1 bit.
It's
It's
1-bit, sorry.
black and white.
Yeah, 1-bit is basically 2-bit virtual. It has like black and white. Yeah, yeah,
Black and white only, but it's fairly like large.
yeah.
It's not backlit either. You
Oh,
can,
it's
it's
not.
very very clear,
Yeah.
but it's like a book. You need like a light to read it to
Did
see the screen.
did this like console flop, or was it?
No, it did
Did
not
well.
flop.
Yeah.
They just could not meet demand. Like everyone wants one, and it's really expensive, or they
Ooh.
don't manufacture many, and you have to wait.
Okay, that was
It has
the
a waiting
bottleneck.
list.
Yeah, a bottleneck issue basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like really really well loved.
Yeah. And they stopped
And
it
like
eventually,
in the
right?
first season of games,
Mhm.
the guy who made Katamari Damacy made a game for it.
Oh my god, so many names. Katamari what?
Katamari, come on,
I don't
Katamari.
know. Katamari game, right?
Yeah,
Alright, let's check that out. Oh, is this where you collect the different items?
when you roll up a
Yeah.
bunch of things.
I always wanted to play this as a kid, but I never
Yeah,
had a
you
Wii.
you need to play it. It's nice.
Yeah.
So
I should.
Keita Takahashi, who made the game,
Mm.
who made Katamari, also made a game for the Playdate.
That's so cool. And
And we said
when
hi, like
yeah, okay,
I
all
was
right.
like, I had stars in my eyes. He was like, "Hi, I'm a fan. We're making a game for the same console." He was really nice. Said hi,
But
like your style and everything.
you know, if the device made so much success, like how did you lose that job?
I did not lose the job. I finished that job.
I finished the job. Okay, but then that
It
was it.
was
Yeah.
it was a game. We made it.
Yeah. Done. Freelance.
Now you can make your own games if you want and sell it on the Playdate.
Cool.
Nobody has like asked me to make a game with them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna code in Lua.
Oh, it used Lua. Okay.
It uses Lua. I think it can use like C++ or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna code anything. Like I don't want to code a game. I wanna
You just want to make
do
the
the thing I'm
graphics.
good at,
Yeah, yeah.
which is art.
Yeah. Okay, what happened after that? You're so filled with like awesome stories. I like that.
What happened after that? After that, I did another game called Nitronauts.
Nitro.
The demo is out on Steam. It's a Bomberman clone, but we tried to make it like really, really multiplayer and competitive. I tried to make the art really, really compelling and fun for people to look at. And then they offered me a job for Minecraft.
Ha!
At Minecraft, yeah, that's why I'm wearing this
Hell yeah. Part of
this
the team.
Minecraft Dungeons shirt.
Yeah.
I didn't work on Minecraft Dungeons; it didn't exist yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they wanted me to do pixel art for Minecraft. They needed a pixel artist urgently,
Yeah.
so I just went.
And so basically on Minecraft, I'm imagining textures, loading screens, UI.
No, I did UI
Mhm.
because that was the part that needed like help. They needed help with.
Yeah, and you're really good at that.
Thank you.
You're amazingly great at that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had a really, really good UI design director
Mhm.
and a nice art manager.
Mhm.
But basically, I was like the most senior in matters of art. Like
Mhm.
my art director Jasper
Mhm.
was really, really like hands off and was like, yeah, I like it, ship it or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I had a lot of freedom to propose things. I did
Cool.
not have a lot of freedom to confirm things.
Hmm.
Like
What does
I
that
would
mean?
we would propose a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
my team and I,
Yeah.
but then it would get voted down by higher ups
Of course. Mhm.
who were
Mhm.
like, yeah, well, it's not the direction we want to go. We
Okay.
like basically the direction they wanted to go was keep it exactly the same.
Oh, that would solve it.
Don't change even one pixel.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that was a bit hard.
I can imagine.
What did I do after Minecraft? I did a bunch of things. I did something for YouTube and a small thing for Google.
Mhm.
They wanted an internal game to teach like basic coding to, I don't know, interns or something.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's one of the games where you write like up down, stay, up left,
Mhm.
jump or whatever.
Yeah.
It was what was it? Well, it was a tiny robot that was in a space station
Yeah.
with like rooms with books and offices and everything, and also boxes of cats. And it had to like take the cats and put them on the teleportation like
Yeah.
platform, and and you had to do it with code. And yeah, that's what I did for Google. They were very, very weird in that, yeah, they the company culture was. I also worked as a freelancer there, so I wasn't a
Mhm.
part of Google, so I could
Yeah.
see it from outside.
Yeah.
And the company culture is, we don't know what we want, but we don't want to make bold decisions because people who make bold decisions may get fired.
Hmm.
So there was a lot of indecision, at least when I was working with them.
Yeah, that's the case I feel with a lot of bigger companies is that the people who are hired, their main concern is always like, hey, I don't want to lose my job. And
Yeah,
what the end product of that is what Meta does, I feel, like this world that no one asked for. And you have like this unbalanced, unchecked power dynamic between like people in management and people in not management. And people have power to fire people, and people who don't have power to fire people. So those with the power of firing will fire, and those with the power of nothing, they will get fired. And so you end up with a team that is maybe supposed to have 10% management now has 50% management, and these people will just keep their jobs. And yeah, at one point you need
yeah.
some hygiene. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with managers. I have a problem with CEOs,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because managers like actually do a job. Like I don't want to make every CEO on the planet mad, but some CEOs just make weird business decisions and still get paid and never get fired and everything.
Yeah, it's the thing.
Um,
Unchecked.
even if they fail,
Yeah.
like if I fail, I get fired. The
Immediately.
CEO fails, they get promoted or something.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah,
It's crazy. It's a crazy world that we live in. I mean, this thing is, especially with AI around this yes men energy around the CEOs. Like there was just like a news article about like Subnautica CEO who just got exposed for asking ChatGPT to like solve his problem. I think
really,
Rami shared it on Blue Sky. It was an interesting read.
Subnautica, really.
Yeah. And this happened a couple of months ago or something. I don't quote me on that, but basically, they caught him asking ChatGPT about a solution because like people with bonuses did not get their bonuses,
Right?
and I don't know the full story, but it's an interesting read. I'll leave the link in the description. for
Thank
people
you.
who are curious. But yeah,
I'm curious.
it's crazy. Um, it's funny because he basically went step by step into that plan. He did exactly what ChatGPT told him to do,
No.
which is like, if you're not even doing your job, why are you the CEO? Damn it. Yeah. So when did Australia did it come in the play?
After Minecraft, I had a bit of a hard time getting jobs.
2024.
Probably the AI
Yeah.
craze had already started,
Yeah.
and also I was like too senior for most studios,
Okay.
and too expensive for most indies, and I don't know, too remote for
Mm,
everyone because I don't want to relocate to America or
yeah.
Sweden or
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
the UK, because I know there's remote jobs, and I've done, like, I worked for Minecraft remote.
Mm,
They didn't have any problem. We didn't have any issues communicating. We
mm,
did like 3 or 4 meetings every morning,
yeah.
same time zone practically.
It is yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so like I never understood like you have to be on site. Um,
Yeah.
except sometimes it's for tax purposes, but Mojang is a big company. They don't care about like the tax difference or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I was unemployed for a while. I did like some small jobs here and there. And then I asked Rami if he knew anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, if you wait a few months,
Yeah.
I have something that I really want you on.
Cool.
I've been working with some nice people, and which was of course Esthetician Labs.
Ella.
Ella. Sounds like Yalla.
Ella.
And
True.
yeah, that's when it came into the mix.
And you were hands on, like when the prototype was there. Well, when did you get integrated into the
After
team?
the prototype was there,
Mm-hmm.
it was basically what almost what we shipped, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But very very the UI wasn't
True.
there. We didn't know what the UI was gonna be. The art was going to be cards, like flat cards,
Yep.
like you know, Magic the Gathering
Mm-hmm.
kind,
Yeah. Exactly.
with units on them, and then you would. But then we discovered um, they stack on top of each other, like one behind the other, and you cannot see any of
True.
their
Yeah.
stats, and
That's
they
a
take
good thought.
take up too much space.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what if they look like units, like from a tabletop game,
Yep.
just like miniatures,
Yep.
and we went with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What were your
and
inspirations? Like, what were games that you were like, yeah? Because I listen. Maybe you don't. Maybe Australia did it is something you were, not would not put on your portfolio or whatever. But I really love
of
what you
course I
did
will.
there. Awesome.
I
Yeah.
It's already on my LinkedIn.
Awesome. Yeah. That makes me so happy because like the stuff we worked on that project, they're so amazing, especially the UI.
But also the VFX,
Yeah. Well.
because you were amazing.
I mean, I want to hear all about it because we never got the chance to actually talk about like the inspiration. I kind of just knew what you wanted, which is like the miniature, like plastic, a thick 3D printed like effects.
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted everything to be like. I think that was the main inspiration
Hmm.
actually. It was an isometric game because it had to be 3D,
Yeah.
but it also had to be like really easy for tactical decisions. You had to see the entire playfield and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's tabletop like strategy gaming, like Warhammer or Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
Like you see everything, or Blood Bowl and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I grew up with those kinds of games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, you see them all like laid laid out
Yeah.
on the table, and you make your choices. Yeah, I thought like the team wanted pixel art. I wasn't sold on pixel art because there's so much of a 3D. It's a 3D engine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, half the game is actual 3D models,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Correct.
The journey part,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, why I was so I was sure we want like pixel art, and we're like, yeah, we're sure we're gonna do pixel art. So I thought, okay, pixel art is a technique, but it's not a style,
Yeah.
because you can do anime as pixel art. You can do like Western fantasy, like with dragons and muscular men,
Yeah.
also in pixel art.
Yeah.
You can do whatever in pixel art. So what do we? Pixel art is clearly not a style.
Yeah.
So what do we use pixel art for in this game? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, miniatures,
Hmm.
like sort of a Western miniature sci-fi game
Yeah.
where even the VFX
Yeah.
uh could be like actually made of plastic and
Yeah.
put on the playfield, like an explosion
Yeah.
stopped in time. It could be like that was my art direction to you,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you delivered like perfectly.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, that was the main the main art direction was have things that can be made in plastic. No floating stuff. Even the drones
Yeah.
that are floating, uh, you could have like a transparent plastic base for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they can just float like they do in many
Yep.
games.
Exactly.
So I wanted to keep that thick, um, you know, miniature feel
Mm.
throughout. I think it paid off. We'll see what people say.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically up to the masses what they think, right? But I feel like when we worked on it, it felt so special because you went into an area of an inspiration that is so unique to you and so original, like especially the board game part and the miniature part. Because you also, I think you mentioned, I'm not entirely sure, but you also enjoy painting miniature in real life.
I do.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of went into that angle of something that is kind of part of your hobby, part of your character.
Yeah.
And in my talk, which is like about diversity of ideas, I there's a point where I say like that these days we are inspired by art that is inspired by art by art by art. So it's kind of like inbreeding itself. So when in the beginning of this podcast you were mentioning like we make games that is like survival, what's it called, like vampire survivors, right? It's just a game inspired by a game by a game by a game. But in the beginning, games were not inspired by games because there was no game. So they were
Yes.
basically inspired by the limitation of the hardware slash actual real world stuff, right? Like
Yeah, like Pong was tennis,
yeah,
and I mean, not all of them. Like some were based on board games. So
exactly.
instead of playing like Dungeons and Dragons with pen and paper, and you
Yep.
have to set up everything,
Yep.
or even chess,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You have to set up the chess species.
Mm-hmm.
The computer does it for you,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
also gives you an opponent that's sort of smart and you can play against,
But
even if you are alone and don't have anyone playing against. Yeah, so
exactly.
that was games then.
Yeah.
Now games are more genre based, and people. It's also the market, right?
Yep.
Because famously, there's a guy called his channel is called Indie Clinic.
In the clinic. Okay.
Indie Clinic, and he talks about he's a game designer. He's worked on all types of games professionally,
Mm-hmm.
and he talks about game design.
Mm-hmm.
And he says one of the things indies really don't understand is marketing is not the advertising budget for your
Mm-hmm.
game. Marketing is
The core.
starts at the very first idea of
Yeah.
what game you're gonna make.
Yeah.
Because if you decide you're gonna make like a Balatro type game,
Mm-hmm.
now maybe that's a good idea, maybe it's not. I don't know, but that's when marketing starts. If you
Yep.
decide to make, I don't know, a something that the market doesn't like right now.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you put into the advertising budget, your marketing has already started.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna spend like 6 to 14 to 20 months making this game, and the market is already, I don't know, not ready for your game yet, or uh, the market is saturated with the type
Mhm.
of game you started out to make.
Mhm.
Well,
It's so many decisions. It's crazy.
yeah, so like now genre is a thing, and you have to reference other games. Otherwise, people won't know what you're making.
But
Or
isn't this like part of the issue of like oversaturation? Is that like like another game that looks, feels, everything like Overwatch makes it to the industry, and then no one buys it because a game like Overwatch, I need like 4 of my friends to also buy that game and play with me, right? I have to convince so many people to play that game, and I feel like that was the case with Concord. Like it just looked, felt everything like Overwatch, and it's just this, when we're just inspired by other games that are inspired by other games, we hit a wall, I feel. And we need more of this, like, okay, let's dig into the roots, let's stop looking into games, other than like mechanics maybe, but let's stop looking into games, and let's take references when it comes to UI. For example, what you did with the UI on Australia did it was like inspired by an actual board game. I think you were imagining, what if this was part of the board game, right? Like the user interface of the game.
um, for Australia, I did it specifically because it's isometric,
Mm.
and the grid is like a rhombus in the center,
Mm-hmm.
like a square but turned
Yep.
45 degrees. My my inspiration was like specifically two games that came out in the early 90s
Mm-hmm.
on the Amiga,
Mm-hmm.
Populous, and what was the other one? Um was it Cadaver? So anyway, there was like two games that really leaned into the isometric style,
Mm-hmm.
and also had an isometric UI.
Mm-hmm.
Like the UI was like at the
Part of the
edges,
world,
like,
yeah.
yeah, like triangles, like
Yeah.
the same angles as the isometric angles, and that's why I went there.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been like just squares, but
Yeah.
we were doing something really original with the gameplay.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe, so long as it works, because gameplay is always king,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm always so, because I was on those calls where you were jamming with Rami, and some of them, and I would be always so like positively shocked, surprisingly
Hi.
shocked by how fast you were. Like you were so quick in making the decisions and in prototyping, that
Hmm.
the actual work afterwards was basically just polishing on the idea.
Hmm. Yeah, but that, don't you see that as well in your work? Like the more experience you have, the more you can throw away the ideas that will. Okay, so some ideas will fail,
Mm,
and some ideas will be good and will be kept.
yeah,
But the more I work, the more I know not to bring to the table the failed ideas.
exactly.
Maybe because I've seen them fail before,
Yep,
or I've read like a lot of articles by game people
yep.
that say this idea, don't do it, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe I've tried it myself and didn't work. So on the next game, I'm gonna like propose only ideas I know will work,
Yep,
and some more risky ones. And
yep.
if Rami or the director wants to go with a risky one,
Mm-hmm.
I will try to make it work.
Yeah.
I will also provide like a safer one
Mm-hmm.
and see which one wins,
Yeah.
right? But
That's
the more we work, the more experience we have,
yeah.
um, the less time we need, because all the
Exactly.
bad ideas that would clutter up our time, we already know to safely like
Mm.
throw them out the window.
Yeah. Okay, here's
That's
a
how I think
question.
of it.
Like
Yeah.
you're an art director, obviously, so sometimes you have people working with and for you.
Yeah.
how do you deal with getting your message across, like your art direction across? What is your
Uh,
method?
I ask them to look at the references I give. I work a lot with
True.
references. Like, look at this game. Look at how this GIF like does what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Look at this anime. Look at this whatever. And sometimes they get it at once. Like,
Mm.
you got a lot of it at once. And if they don't, like if we disagree, sometimes they get it, but it's a different vision to my own.
Mm.
So if I like it, I go like, amazing. It's not what I expected, but it's
Cool.
great. Yeah, but
Yeah.
if it's something I didn't expect and it's also not great,
Yeah.
I'm like, I do revisions or correction
Mm.
moves, like draw over it
Yeah.
if the artist likes that, or
Yeah.
show them more references,
Mm-hmm.
or like I think sometimes we went into Unity together
True.
and you were like moving notes around. I was like, yeah, I like this note.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I like what this note is doing to the final
Yeah.
outcome. So let's do this. Like,
Yeah.
so that's how. I mean, being an art director is it's not something you are; it's something you do.
Mm. Okay.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a job. If you can also be a bad art director, right?
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
you can, you. Someone can be paying you to be an art director, and maybe you're not meshing with the team, or you're not explaining things well, or
It's also a leadership position. Like you kind of need to know how to lead with your communication as well. I feel like you did a great job because you were like the references were always there, even when I forgot what type of reference or when I didn't understand what you meant by miniature. Like you kept on firing those references, especially with effects like the thunder, for example. The thunder kind of like gave me exactly what you wanted. This thick, non-pointy, right? Because everything kind of rendered on a smaller scale, so the thickness
yes.
was so needed. And then I was like, gotcha. Now I get it. Because before, when you said miniature, I'm like, okay, she wanted the painting feeling on those miniature. I didn't
Ah.
quite get right like what you wanted, but
Yeah,
the
we also had a very tough job because not only so here's an issue I had to solve for this game
yeah.
in particular. And it's maybe not interesting in other games, but this game had this problem. Had this it's not a problem, but it needed a solution, right? So Australia did it is a game with pixel art for the main game and 3D for the second half of the main game. Um, so when games do that, they eh, like now I feel that they don't do a good job of unifying the styles. So it's really, really retro pixel art sprites in a huge 3D resolution, and they look tiny or they look different pixel art sizes with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have lighting on top of it and shadows and all sorts of non-pixel art things.
Yeah.
I wanted the pixel art to be like I really pushed for no pixel art.
Coherence
Yeah, I really pushed for no pixel art at all, like no
at the
pixel art.
beginning. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but since we decided to go pixel art, I was like, okay, but we're gonna go pixel art. Like,
Yeah.
really, really go for it.
Full
Like,
on.
small resolution, full on, no weird angles. Angles are exactly pixel art angles.
Mm.
Pixels should be like exactly no half pixels movement, no nothing.
No zooming out.
No zooming out. So exactly. So that's why we went with a resolution of 640 by whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and we kept with it. So that's why your VFX were also swept up in this decision because they look amazing in high resolution, which is what Unity does perfectly and well, and all of the games that have high resolution, your art would look amazing
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat. But because we had to use a small resolution,
Yeah.
and your art had to be really
Thicker.
thick, otherwise it would look too pixelated or too thin,
Yeah.
or sometimes some pixels would be smaller than 1 pixel and would not render at all.
Exactly. Yeah, we run through that issue.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And those
And I
came
think
like with like sorry to interrupt, but they came with like cuts of the Like, an explosion has to dissipate, and sometimes you cut it through, a circle, and those little
Yes.
edges, they wouldn't render. And one of the most typical ways to make VFX, or you get taught, is like transparency. Like, you have to have gradients and whatever, but
And
all
we
of those
couldn't
were
have that
nope. Yeah, out of the
because I
window.
didn't allow you.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm sorry it was so difficult.
Oh no,
Like,
it wasn't difficult. I actually quite I love it, limitations. I know a lot of effects artists, they get taught in a way and
yep.
they can't be flexible. But my whole thing is like, when I pitch my work to other studios, I say I translate art directors' visions and I bend the tech to meet the art. That's what I like
And
to do.
you really, really do
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
Which was why it was great to work with you, and also why I chose you when Rami showed me
Oh yeah,
those
I remember.
4 visual effects artists, and I was like, I had already given uh, the direction that it shouldn't have like too many colors. It should be like restrained, and you know, and the one that really spoke to me was yours.
So cool, so cool. And that was me like 3 months after learning effects from scratch, and I was so proud of that moment. So really, thanks for picking my art.
Amazing.
Thank you
You're
so much,
welcome.
because that literally kicked my career in the industry.
I'm
You're
so
part
glad.
of that, and it was such a, like, this whole project is a blessing, and I would really love to for people to actually like give it a chance. Put it in their wishing list and actually buying the game. It just means so much to me.
Yeah, when is it coming out, Jack?
Yeah, well, we have to wait. I really have no idea. I should have the
Me
publisher
either.
on the podcast, and maybe they could, maybe they
Yeah,
could.
get the publisher and get the scoop. Get the scoop from the publisher because I want to know.
Yeah, we all are waiting. I mean, the demo's out. People can check that out, right?
Yep,
There's still work on it, I guess. But if it takes a bit to kind of like tweak it perfectly and get people what they want, hell yeah,
yep.
I'm all in
I
for
think
it.
it's gameplay, like gameplay revisions now. No, no. The VFX are perfect, as you
Yeah,
well
I hope
know.
so.
If they weren't, I would tell you.
I'm glad they passed your high standards and that.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
we're getting like good reviews on the art.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The art, the music. I mean, what Max did. Also, Max was on the podcast. I
The
should upload
music
that.
is amazing. I can't wait to watch Max.
Yeah. Yes, it was a really long episode with Max. It was like 3 hours long, and we just talked about politics.
Amazing.
It was just politics. So I told her, I was like, we're gonna call it the woke episode.
Very, very good.
This is
Good
the woke
call.
episode 2, by the way.
Yeah, because
Of
Enara
course.
Benetrani
Yeah.
walk into a bar.
Yeah, exactly. And the next thing is it's a woke episode. Now it's funny, on the episode with Freya. You know Freya, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Every now and then I get like someone texting me on Discord. Hey, Freya's trans, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. So, what's your point? And then they would block me, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know who the snowflake is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
know, I
and
know,
you know,
I know.
it's
But
crazy.
like, how can you like? I don't understand how a person can. I understand how, but I don't like it. How a person can be non-political at a time like this.
I know exactly why, because it doesn't affect them. It's like
Like,
two.
have you told the podcast about your journey and how you left your country?
There are some episodes, yeah, where I talk about it. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, having had a start like this in life, how can you not be political? Having had a
Exactly.
start like me in life, where I was different.
Mm.
I don't know what different means. I don't know if being trans is innate or learned. I don't care. I decided one day I want to be a tranny, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden my life got like super hard.
Yeah.
Like, doctors wanted to make me back into a guy. I was like, I don't feel like it. Like I don't want. I'm gonna commit suicide if you make me do that particular like kind of theater.
Yeah.
Um, the kind of theater where I'm a tranny or a woman or a trans woman or whatever, I'm fine with. I can live with it.
Mm.
I cannot play a guy in this theater of life.
Mm.
So it became super hard. Like people didn't want to hire me.
Mm.
People wanted to stab me in the street.
Mm.
Um, when I really understood. Like we have a lot of Syrian immigrants here, and I was volunteering at a shelter, and I really connected with them in a way that some Greek people couldn't because they were sans papier, like without papers,
Mm.
and I was also without papers in my own country
Yeah.
because I had a male
Passport or
government
ID.
ID, and
Yeah.
when I showed it, like they treated me worse.
Yeah.
Like the cops wanted to detain me. Uh, you know, uh, People at jobs didn't want to hire me. It was shit. Like
Yeah.
I was Greek in Greece,
Mm.
and yet like my passport and my ID was worth nothing.
This is crazy.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
like
could
how
relate
can
to
you
them
not be
because
political?
yeah, they. You see, I've had people on that just can't be political because it has the gun is not pointed at them. So it's like imagine two eagles talking, having a conversation. It's like, hey, do you get? Do you think the python is evil, right? And the other eagle is like, nah, I don't think so because I have no idea what Mr. Mouse was talking about.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like they're not hunted. They're not scapegoated. You know?
You know what I always say? Like imposter syndrome
Yeah.
is deeply racist and transphobic, and it's
I hate imposter
white
syndrome.
mediocre men
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
uh imposter syndrome.
I hate imposter syndrome. What do you say to people who are just like suffering from it? Because my solution was um listen, I saw the industry in its worst, like that's when I came into it, and I had the thought that if I don't advocate for myself, no one will advocate for me. And
That's not true.
well, as a
If
start,
nice people exist in the indie industry, they will advocate for you. I will always advocate for you.
yes, and I thank you for that. I just wanted to say that in as a to land your first job, right? Like you kind of need to be bold. Like, hey, I can help out with the VFX.
All for the
If I
first job.
if I had imposter syndrome and was like, not sure, I just learned this thing in 3 months. I'm not as good as because I saw the posting from Rami, right? He was like, hey, I'm looking for a VFX artist. I always wanted to work with Rami. I was like, hey, I would like to apply. How can I help? I would make an art test, right? And we just went with it. I got the feedback, and I really just treated myself. I wasn't cocky, right? I was just like, I will ask questions. I will do my best without questioning myself, you know? And
Mhm.
in a way, you would still have imposter syndrome because you're part of a minority and, you're new. But in a way, I felt like a cool spy. You know what I mean? Like, I felt cool about it, and that's how I kind of avoided it. I made a mechanism for it.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's very interesting. Um, when I started out, I started out as an illustrator,
Mm-hmm.
and I had imposter syndrome because I was like too young and too was I hadn't trained a lot. It was just some natural skill at illustration from when I was a kid because I
Mm.
liked it and I trained it, but I did not have any formal education, and also So what I thought was, I want to make art. I want to make paintings. I don't want to make art necessarily, but I wanted to have like sort of a shock value or a social message,
Mm-hmm.
and the way I want to do that was to be so technically good
Mm-hmm.
that people cannot ignore it.
Mm.
People
Undeniable.
will be forced to look at it and will like, and
Admire it.
that's how I started like drawing really surrealist and real and painterly stuff,
Mm.
like Dali or Renaissance paintings, and I tried to get really really good technically,
Mm.
so that people could not like say, oh, that's a tranny. They don't know what they're doing.
So you had to work three
Um,
times as harder.
I did work a lot harder, and
Mm.
then like I used to get. So I started out with a male name,
Mm.
and people were like, "Oh my god, a young genius drawing like digital art." Like I was
Mhm.
one of the first to do digital art,
Yeah.
doing digital art and being a genius. And
Mm.
then when I came out and started like when I started using a female name,
Mhm.
I started getting comments like, "You draw very well for a girl." I was like, "That's
Okay.
day and night, man. That's so different of
Mm.
an experience.
Yeah.
Why is the world like this?"
Yeah.
And I already knew how good I was, so I didn't care. But it also stung a little, and it also like made me like sensitive to other people who are like underprivileged, like how black artists, uh, when people know they're black,
Yeah.
get told that their art is not as good, or female artists when they say they're female,
Mm.
their art uh, gets judged worse or gets sold for less or
Yeah.
whatever. They don't get hired.
Yeah. You should be glad that
So
I hired you, type of deal. You draw good for a girl, type of deal. Like the expectation for a guy is always like, oh, amazing, great, of course, genius, amazing, the best of the best. And the moment it's a woman, it's like, not bad, I guess.
yeah, and yeah, you and I know that those are like really manufactured, fake, like categories. What is a man? What is a woman? What is an Arab? What is um, what is whiteness?
Boxes.
Boxes, yeah, and then really really fake ones as well. Because like in the jungle, like the lion that's gonna eat you doesn't care
Yep.
about any of those boxes, right?
It finds you delicious no matter what.
Yeah, exactly,
No
exactly.
discrimination. 50% to something, and then, once you achieve that, and now what? Now what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm now trying to be healthier,
cool.
even though about having post project depression is a thing.
Yep.
So when we finish a project, it's normal to be like, what am I doing now?
Yeah, pretty
And I'm
much.
actually going through that right now. Not
Yeah, I
not
get it.
because of Australia did it, but
Yeah,
because I made a thing. I made an app,
yeah.
and now I'm like, okay, I made an app.
What
Like
do I
it
do
took me
now?
3 months. I had a hard time. It was really hard.
Mm,
Now what?
mm,
And yeah, actually, I think I showed you before, like
yeah. Show it,
when
show
we
it.
were
Hell yeah.
talking alone.
Yeah,
It's the guitar app, and
show it.
show it.
Yellow.
Okay,
Show it.
I'm gonna show it, and I'm gonna ah
Is it also
bring in
available? Oh, cool. Yellow. Let's go.
yeah, I'm gonna bring in the thing. It's not available yet because I don't know how to sell it. But what it does is, can you
Woo!
hear it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So basically, let me
Take your time.
like do this. You
Wow.
choose a chord
Mm-hmm.
and you strum.
Nice. Wow. Ooh. It keeps
And that's
going.
what you do.
Yeah.
And it's really good for like playing live.
Yeah.
Um,
If you don't have your
so
guitar,
like
yeah.
Ramona,
Nice.
Ramona, oh oh
Does it also
oh,
record?
Yeah, it does.
Wow. Sick.
Oh nah.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, it also records. It also has like a bunch of
Can
effects.
you show me? Can you actually show the the different skins and the different.
Oh, it doesn't have a different skins, but it
Show
has.
me. Wait.
Yeah, I'll show you. It has like some guitar pedals
So cool.
that you can enable.
Oh my god, that one is very Australia. Did it the one before?
This one,
Yeah, this
yeah,
this one is very Australia. Did it? Yeah, this one is
yeah.
cute. Ah,
Um,
this is nice.
this one like changes the sound from. Let me put it
Yeah,
back in.
yeah, yeah.
So this changes the sound from on, clean, come back, come back, come back, from clean into.
No way! How cool is that?
Yeah, this is the distortion pedal,
Wow. It's
and
yeah. You're so multi-talented. It's crazy.
yeah, but you can see like everything is like has to be aesthetic and pretty. Otherwise, I don't
Wow.
want to put my name on it.
Yeah. I know. It comes from the 20 out of 20.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. But the code, I don't care. The code is shit and spaghetti, but it
Yeah,
does its
well,
job, so I
yeah, it
don't care.
does its job. You know what I mean? So you're currently in like after project depression or post project depression.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I even doing?
Mm. What are things you like you fill that time with?
Uh, like
You stay sharp, right?
politics. I do politics. I do. Right now, I'm advocating for myself,
Mm-hmm.
as you say. I love that phrase.
Advocate for yourself.
Um, just to get a job.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're looking. You're free to work.
I'm free to work.
All right. Someone gotta take the
Uh,
chance on
yeah, of course.
you.
Please,
Yeah.
anyone. I got offered like a recruiter recruited me for Minecraft again,
Mm-hmm.
but then on the last minute they changed the position to be on site instead of remote. So
Okay.
I'm
Oh.
not eligible anymore. Like the week I was gonna have my interview,
Mm.
we're like, no
It's on
remotes.
site. Crazy.
Crazy. And yeah, it's hard right now, and that's the main thing is, okay, I want to pay rent, right?
Of
But
course.
also, the worst thing about it is when young people come to me, like young creatives, and like, how do you get a job? How do you advocate for yourself? What do you I'm in a difficult spot because I don't even have a job. Like, you want to take advice from me? I don't even know. I
Mm.
used to know. I used to know people. I used to know like studios, and I could send you to someone, and
Mm.
they would hire you.
Mm.
Nowadays, no idea.
Mm.
That's the hardest part. Like, they look up to you,
Mm.
like younger noobs, or
Artists. Yeah.
and you don't know what to tell them.
I wonder sometimes if the age of specialty is dying. That's what I'm wondering about. Like, the gap is growing larger in the sense of I think AAA will not be feasible anymore. Like,
Maybe.
I think when GTA Max said that on the podcast the other day, she was like,
Yeah.
when GTA 7 is gonna be in development, we will all of us just like the whole industry will be working on GTA 7. Because it's gonna get so big, it's gonna suck all the talent, basically. Right? It's just a joke, but basically, like we're entering like quadruple A, or I don't know what's the fifth 5 A's terminology. That's where the specialties will be
Quintuple.
quintuple.
Yeah.
I mean, you're smart, so.
Am I just that's
So yeah, I feel like
I just know two languages and you know four.
come on,
So
programming. Come on,
who's smarter?
you're not counting programming. How many programming languages do you know? Huh? Money?
Money, eh? Man, eh?
I know the
Yeah,
language of money.
I speak the language. I don't speak the language of money. I never have any.
It's simple. It's fuck you, pay me. That's what it contains of.
Fuck you, pay me. Yeah,
Fuck you,
sure,
pay
but
me.
you have to work
Yeah, that's
for
true.
them to pay you. If you don't have work, who's gonna pay you?
True.
Then, like, I hear what you're saying about specialty. But you can also be a general. Like we also need generalists who have skill and experience, right?
Yep.
Don't don't have to be a specialist to have experience. And games to get made need like experience. Otherwise, if only if only people who are making the first game make games, like they're gonna take more time than like an experienced person and make more mistakes, and the second game will be better and the third game will be better. But if they don't have a chance to make the third game because there's no job for them, or no the gaming industry throws them out, who's gonna make the good games and who's gonna make games well and fast and competently, right?
Mm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's also the lack of workflow. Like, I think the reason web development is such like a good like a good place to start for or stay even app development and web development is really like it pays itself. It's because the there's a pipeline. There's
Depending on the app, like my
yeah.
app is gonna go for 5.99 and
Um,
10 people are gonna buy it, so
yeah.
I'm gonna make 60 euro
Well, you
for
never
three
know.
months
Yeah,
of work.
you never know. You never know. Don't categorize yourself. You never know.
I know, but you have to categorize yourself when you publish an app.
Mm,
Is it an app that people will be angry if it's 30 euro?
mm,
uh will they be angry at 5.99? Will they be angry at, like, will they only buy it if it's like dollars? And then multiply that by how many people are going to buy it, and
mm.
that's the money you have to pay rent, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know about apps.
Mm.
Like, what kinds of apps are successful in the Android store right now? It's all free to play, right?
Yeah, mostly,
That's
mostly. Yeah,
multi-billion, like, Chinese companies
yeah, yeah.
with no risk of losing money.
Mm. Yeah, I was just like talking about the web development in the sense of like it's a more stable career for like web developers to seek, and it's like almost like a steps to go after, right? Like you get a raise every third year, and it's a stable job. You have a stable client. Like, if you're working on a store that you need to maintain, that thing keeps getting its money um, through just operating basically. And with games, it's like if it's not a live service game and that it's successful, or a series that already proved itself, but even those are failing. Like I feel like Battlefield did so well, yet
Yeah, and
yet
yet,
it's not enough. It doesn't seem to be enough. It's never
no,
enough. It got too big.
correct.
It got way too big. I don't know, like what's the solution here? Either you go bigger, I guess, or you start something like I feel like we're hitting a huge reset right now, and those that will make the most money are those who are resetting, like creating new studios, creating new IPs, experimenting with new ideas. Most of them will fail, like don't get me wrong, but you will get the new Battlefield in whatever indie form, and that's how we're gonna continue forward. People
Sure,
are
but
just
that's
so
not
sick of the
that's not a viable business plan. Like, are you going to set? If I tell you, let's start making the next Battlefield, like the two of us, no money,
yeah.
is it
I
gonna
mean,
succeed?
it's not viable whatsoever. Yes, that's the point.
Yeah,
But that's how games started. Also, like there was no financial success in games in the beginning, but eventually we got to where we are.
that's not true. Like, you mentioned like Commodore 64 and Spectrum. Like, some people from their bedrooms in the UK,
Hmm.
they made games, sent them out to publishers and magazines,
Hmm.
and made enough money to create like Bullfrog,
Yeah, but
or
that's timing, right? You're so early, and there's the
yeah,
novelty of the tech and what it can do. Like people literally bought computers that can't do anything, that are more expensive than a furniture
yeah,
piece or a car at that time, and
yeah.
it was sitting there, and everybody was like, kind of wanted to prove a point, like actually this is cool. Yeah, and it's just like business is timing, right? It's all based on timing, and it's let's do like last 10 minutes where you're, if there's anything you want to say, promote, that's the spot.
No. Anyway, what can I say that is nice final words? I can only say like uh, practice solidarity with each other, and uh, indies need to stick together. And anyone who needs anything, I'm open to mentoring people and young creatives. If you think you can learn something from me, just don't hesitate to ask. Um,
Just thank you all for watching, and I'll leave all the stuff we discussed in the link in the description, whatever. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Salam.
Salam.
Bye bye, everyone.